Hi, this is Phil from Rich Commerce. Welcome to this tutorial. I hope you're having a great week. Today, we are looking at how we can integrate our customer returns portal into your store. This is obviously a advanced tutorial, I would say. And there's two ways you can integrate our portal into your store, right? One is a very simple way. You go to your brand settings after you've run through the initial steps when you first install the app to activate the portal. You click on Show Portal and you have your portal, right? It's still on our domain. In this sense, it says localhost because this is our local development version, but on a live store, yes, you can see here, it says returns.richcommerce.co, right? So I think this is great from multiple perspectives. So customers are very used that shops use specialized companies, and a lot of times this is a carrier, for example, UPS, USPS, DHL. They have own portals where customers can like print their labels. So customers are very used to using like a dedicated provider to do this. And if I look at myself for online shopping, I find it great that like a company tries to really like improve the process. And it's clear to me as a customer that a company cannot do everything, like make great products, make a great customer service, build a huge infrastructure for their own returns management solution. So if I'm a customer and I buy in an online shop, I feel taken care of pretty good if I see that they use a dedicated provider, right? So I think this displays a lot of trust. And it's the easiest solution. You simply go to the settings and you copy your return portal link and you put it inside your store. And if you see this in the tutorial sections of the Rich Returns dashboard, we have a dedicated tutorial on how you can put this, for example, in the footer, or you can the same thing as in the navigation on top of your store. Super, super simple. It takes you like a minute to do, right? So the second thing you can do is you can put our portal inside your store using an iframe. For anyone who is not a developer, an iframe is super easy explained. I'll show it to you in a minute. I have to make one disclaimer, right? We can help you do this. But there is one thing that we cannot control, and that is your theme you use, right? So what I'm about to show you, it'll work on like 99% of all Shopify stores, or let's just say the majority of Shopify stores. And then there might be like a theme where the developer has been doing sloppy work and they're handling the iframe in a different way. And then our layout somehow gets, mashed up. So just to recap, on the majority of stores, this solution will just work out of the box, right? The layout will be beautiful, just like we have seen here when you use our portal like this, right? It's made for being like on an extra page. But there is the slight possibility that it's not working like that. And if it's not working like that, please do not reach out to us to help you do this, because we do not know your theme. We do not know what the developer thought when they did what they did. Then you have to contact your own developer. It's a super easy task, but we can show you what we do in this tutorial, but we cannot do any other manual work for you and like trying to find the error in your theme, why it meshes up our layout, right? So let's just head forward and do this. So what we need for this, you go to your Shopify store and you go, obviously this is a test store, just as a reminder, so there are no real orders on here. You go to online store and you click on pages. And now what we want to do is we want to create a page for our returns portal. So we just click on add page. And we add it, let's just call it returns and exchanges. And now you have a little button over here, right? It shows show HTML. So let's just click on that. And I'm going to give you let's just see. I'm going to give you a snippet, a code snippet. And this one, you don't have to like try to copy and paste it right here from the video, but it'll be also in the tutorial section of our Rich Returns dashboard. So you can just copy and paste it, right? So what we're going to do here is, as you click that show HTML, it's very important, right? Because now you can enter like real code. And if you're not in this mode, then you cannot enter real code and the formatting will be completely off. Oh, I was wrong there with the typo. So you copy that from our tutorial section and just paste it in, right? Just like this. And as I said, this would work on the majority of stores, but if your theme does something strange to like our layout, we cannot control it, right? Just saying it again. So what you do now is you go back and you're in brand settings on your Rich Returns dashboard, and you look for your, let's just go to our live page here. It's better to the brand settings, and you go to the unique identifier, right? And what you do is you just copy it. You go to the snippet that we just provided, and you see a URL in here. It's always https://returns.richcommerce.co/return new. And then you have something that says C is for company, C equals Rich Commerce, right? And now that's the important part. What you want to replace is this Rich Commerce, right? And that's your unique identifier. You want to paste in what you just copied. In our case, as you can see, now, yeah, that's one of the things that can happen. It's healthy food company. And the important thing is that there's nothing between the equal sign and the start of your unique identifier. And also nothing after, like, please don't do anything like the space after, or as you saw just before when you copy pasted it, there's like a space before, so we cannot recognize it, right? So this has to be like exactly like this. The unique identifier has to match exactly. And now you're basically done, right? So you hit show editor again, and what you can see is that the editor already loads our returns portal in here, right? So, let's just say, let's just hit save. Super simple. And let's just view the page. And now you have our returns portal on your page, right? Really, really, really easy. What you can do now, if you want to customize it further, you can just go in our dashboard and just as an example, stupid example, let's just say, I want to have a red button, right? Let's just hit save, and if you reload the page, it's got a red button, right? So just adapt it to your brand. Let's just go back because I like the blue button better than the other one. So if you reload it, it also updates on your store, right? Because it pulls that information from our page, essentially. And now the customer can go through the process, and it's all inside your store. You can change that text on top here simply by, okay, we shouldn't do something like stupid here, because if we mess up the formatting, it'll not gonna work. But like, let's just try if we can do that. Okay, that was probably pretty stupid. So we can add text just by doing something like, I am going to explain like this. This is going to explain, wow, there's so many typos right here. This is going to explain to the customer what is going on. What is going on. Okay, this is just stupid text. Let's just save it. Reload the page. And now you don't have anything up here. Okay, now you see it. All right, so if you want to add some text or something, you can just add it in here. And now it should also be in the editor, right? So you can like center it, you can make it larger, paragraph heading or whatever, and you've got that page. I'm gonna remove it from here, but that's just an easy way to add an additional explanation. For example, let's say, hey, if you want to like really increase trust, hey customers, you can like return anything, for example, for 14 days, or we're happy to refund and exchange in case you're not satisfied. I think that's super neat. And now what we can do, let's just hit save again if I didn't already. Okay, one important thing, you can also, if you click edit website SEO on that page, you can also change the URL, right? If you want to just, for example, just call the page like returns, but keep returns and exchanges over here, then you can here just remove the exchanges, and let's just do that, okay? Create a URL, redirect, okay, that's great. Okay, then we have that. And it's under the domain, your Shopify store /pages/returns, right? And now what we want to do is we want to use that URL and display it in the navigation of your store. So you go to navigation and you click on main menu. You can do the exact same thing for the footer, which we'll do in a minute. You click on add menu. Let's just say we want to make it very clear to the customer and do returns and exchanges. It's on a page, right? Returns and exchanges, that's it. Let's just hit save. And now we go to our test store, which obviously is a test store, so it's completely empty. It's like really ugly, but it does its job. And now we see here on top, returns and exchanges, right? If we click on the page, it loads the return portal just like that. Super, super nice. Let's just go back and do the same thing, navigation, for the footer, right? Click on footer, click on add item. Just again, I say returns and exchanges. No, come on. It's not a product, it's a page. Returns and exchanges, and that's it, right? Hit save, because otherwise Shopify will not save it. Let's hit reload, and then it's not only in the header of your store, it's also in the footer, right? So if we click on it, the customer gets directly to the page. I think that's a beautiful, one more important thing. So what I totally forgot, you still have this return to the store, right? Which does not make any sense because you're already in the store compared to when you use us on a separate page, right? So what you can do is when you go to your dashboard, there is an option in the brand settings that says disable return to store header, right? Let's just disable it, hit save, and reload the page. And now, as you can see, there is no header, right? So it's really like natively in your store. You can adapt it 100% to your brand. I think it's a super, super neat way to offer the customer a great experience, increase trust, and increase your conversion rate at the end of the day for the customer. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching for the tutorial, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Bye.